Bottle aversion, part 2. Let's go. Before I tell you exactly how I help the baby I was with the other day to take 3.5 ounces of a bottle, I'm just going to go through a few things. So I did not just arrive over with a cape and a bottle and say, hey, I'm here to save the day. Help your baby take a bottle. I've been working with this family for almost 2 weeks and they have done my workshop. So there was a strong hunger habit in place around 10:30, 11 o'clock, most recently 11. So I decided to plan my arrival for 10:40, so 20 to 11. I wanted to get there early for a couple of reasons. So I wanted to avoid any kind of stranger danger situation because it would be myself that would be offering the bottle. Now, I'm a very relaxed person and children are usually very open to coming to me, but there are some who have a little bit of separation anxiety. So I don't want to just run in the door and take the baby out of the parents' arms. I also wanted to allow time to prep the bottle in advance of trying to offer it to baby. So I asked mum to have around 4 ounces of express breast milk for me to try the bottle with. So I didn't want to waste any milk. He did take 3.5, so that was really good. So we heated the express breast milk just a little bit, just to warm it up a little bit. Most children who are exclusively breastfed, they're not going to be open to taking cold milk. Also, I asked mum to boil the kettle, let the water cool down, so it was cool boiled water, but there was still a bit of warmth in it. We put it in a sterile container and I put the teat of the bottle in that container just to help warm it up a little bit. Plastic is very cold and skin is very warm. So I find that I've most success when I do little things like that. So again, I have baby, he's not hungry, he is getting a little bit peckish around this time. I also asked mum just to step outside the room. So dad was in the kitchen with me, mum just stepped out for a couple of reasons. If baby sees mum there, they're getting hungry, you know, they're like, hey, I don't want the bottle, I ordered that over there. So I just wanted to make it a little bit easier for baby and for me as well, because if baby's constantly twisting the neck around, and mum has previously tried the bottle without success and so has dad. So mum stepped outside the room and dad and I were in the room. So generally speaking, most babies who are exclusively breastfed, they're not going to be open to just, hey, here's a bottle. Now, babies who are accustomed to using a soother, a pacifier, a dummy, whatever you want to call it, are, in my experience, more open to taking a soother because they're used to that kind of plastic feel. But babies who are exclusively breastfed, it's all new and different, and we have to kind of like help them figure out how to drink from a bottle if they're not used to that. So over the years, I have tried many different methods with many different babies, and it really depends on the baby. It can depend on the baby's personality, it can depend on the baby's age, it can depend on if they previously were accepting of a bottle or they never had a bottle before. So with this baby, when I tried the bottle the first time, we were walking around the kitchen, I offered it to his lips, he immediately said, no thank you. I took it away, I spoke to him for a little while longer, and I held the bottle like this. So my fingers are clean. There is one finger placed above and below the teat, and where I place them when I'm trying to feed the baby is this top finger will go right under the nose of the baby. So I'm not blocking the nose, but I just have that feeling of skin under the nose, and the bottom finger will be on the bottom lip. So the teat go in and it's kind of like this. At the same time, I'm walking around the kitchen and I'm talking to baby. I'm making eye contact with baby. I'm singing a song. Mariposita is one of my favorites. Now, once I find something that works, I keep going. So I sing Mariposita on repeat around the kitchen until the bottle is finished or until the child turns away or I feel like they may need a little burp. Now, when I try something like this, if I'm not successful the first time, I take a little break, we have a little chat, have a little play, and then I'll try again. If that doesn't work, I'll do the same, have a little break, and then I'll try again. I will try 3 times maximum, and then I will park it. I'll be sorry, didn't work, I'll come back another day at a hunger habit time, and we will give it a go. Why do I only try 3 times? Because I don't want to create a negative association to the bottle. So if the baby sees the bottle coming out, oh no, here we go again, I don't like this. We don't want that negative association to the bottle. So another method that I've had success with many times over the years is actually not holding baby. It's putting baby in a little bouncer and I give them a slight bounce. So nothing too extreme, just a slight bounce. I might even get a parent to hold a toy out in front of them so that they can kind of focus on that. And then I might offer the bottle. The same, I would use like a finger above and below the teeth just so they have that kind of flesh feeling, and it's a little bit of a distraction to brain. And you have to be careful, we don't want to cause aspiration. Aspiration is when the milk goes into the lungs and not the stomach, so that's why we never give a bottle to a baby in a laying down position, because the bottle is artificial, so the flow will of the milk will keep coming. The breasts are natural, so baby can often manipulate the flow, so they suck, the milk comes, they suck, the milk comes. With the bottle, there's a higher risk of aspiration, so we just need to be careful with the bottle that baby doesn't get too overwhelmed. If you see or hear anything you don't like, you take the bottle out straight away. Other methods that I've had success with is actually walking down the street with an older Baba who wouldn't take a bottle, 9 months old, mum was going back to work, and just the house was just a little bit crazy, intense and all the rest, and I took him around the block in the stroller. Once he was nice and relaxed, I offered the bottle, he said no thank you, we kept walking, I offered the bottle again and he took it. So I was pushing the stroller, offering the bottle, trying not to bang into things, and then I was like, I need my phone, I want to record this for mum and dad. So talk about multitasking. I also had a dad recently who was helping mum for a baby to take the bottle, and he put the baby in the sling facing outwards and he bounced around the kitchen and helped the baby to take the bottle. So sometimes we need to do these distracting methods in order to take the bottles, like when I'm feeding them and I'm bouncing and I'm singing and I'm bouncing and I'm singing. When we get baby to accept the bottle without any kind of stress, then we don't have to bounce around the house. We can sit on the rocking chair, we can sit on the kitchen chair to offer the bottle. But if the baby is not accustomed to taking the bottle, the older they are, sometimes we need to do a little bit more distraction. So sometimes when I have them on a bottle, I'm doing distraction, and then I will stop bouncing and go, hey, look who's on a bottle. And the same with the bouncer. So we'll be bouncing, baby's feeding, and we're singing, we have a toy. I say, take the toy away. Hello, is that nice? And we let them become aware that they are taking the bottle. These are just a few things that I have experienced over the years. I hope you found this useful. Please share this with any friends who may be struggling in this area, and maybe comment below if you have any tips for parents that worked for you. Sweet dreams, take care.